On this week's episode of the Rambler Sports Locker, women's volleyball opened conference play with a bang, and Jaylene Herrera and her Ramble analyst discussed the Cubs' move to let Joe Madden walk.
Also, men's golf brings home a trophy, and our fake sports expert, Michael Faso, gets back in the hot seat for another round of questions.
Welcome back to this week's episode of the Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Eric Moran.
And I'm Matt Mason. The Loyola men's golf team finished in first place at the Zach Johnson Invitational in Des Moines, Iowa. This was the first team victory since 2014-2015 season for the Ramblers. The Ramblers won the title with a balanced effort led by sophomore Nate Vance. Vance finished just one stroke shy of first place with a 216 stroke total. The team looks to carry their momentum into the Flyer Invitational on October 14th.
The Loyola women's volleyball team hosted the Valparaiso Crusaders on Friday, September 27th at Gentile Arena. It was the team's conference opener. The Ramblers beat the Missouri Valley Conference rival 3-0. Junior middle blocker Elle Van Grinsven and freshman right side hitter Taylor Venuto led the team in kills, recording 11 kills each. The Ramblers then took on the Drake Bulldogs on Monday, September 30th, also at Gentile. The Ramblers won the first two sets but later dropped the third sets. The Ramblers went on to close the game in the fourth set. 4 Ramblers recorded double-digit kills in the winning effort.
In September, we told you, RSL reporter Michael Faso was a sports expert. It turns out he's not the man he says he is.
Michael doesn't know anything about sports, but for some reason, viewers still sent in questions, so he's back for another segment of Ask Michael.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ask Michael. Once again, I have 25 seconds to answer these questions. We saw how bad it went last time, but I'm here to redeem myself. All right, what's the first question?
Hey Michael, my name is Sean, and I'm from Joliet. My question for you is, who is the youngest MVP in the NBA?
All right, well, it's interesting. Don't particularly care, but all right, MVP, youngest MVP in the NBA. Derrick Rose. Is that right? I don't know if it's right. Next question.
Hey Michael, it's Kevin Gunawan from Apple Valley, Minnesota / Loyola University, Chicago. My sports question for you is, what is considered a good 8K time for Division I collegiate men's cross country?
What? What did he say about cross country? What's a good? I really don't. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one completely. Sorry. Enjoy your bike ride though. Anyway, next question.
Hey Michael, I'm Olivia Orr. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hi Michael, I'm Gabby and I'm from Herndon, Virginia. And my question for you is, what's your least favorite thing about tennis matches?
My least favorite thing about tennis matches? Well, I guess I don't know. Tennis in general? I don't know. I mean, they're okay. I love Serena Williams, but everybody else I really don't care for. But it's fine. I think I did really well this time. That's all for Ask Michael. We just had 3 questions today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll tune in next time for Ask Michael to see if I can do well at the 3rd chance. Okay, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Michael. On Saturday, September 29th, Loyola women's soccer took on Drake in Des Moines, Iowa. The Ramblers were in search of their first road win against the Bulldogs in program history. After a scoreless first 45 minutes, freshman Megan Nemec broke the tie with a goal just 99 seconds into the second half. Freshman goalie Grace Drossler continued her stellar work between the pipes, saving 4 shots en route to her first career shutout. Loyola closed the game with 2 late goals by senior Savannah Cruz and Alexa Tatarina to top the Bulldogs of Drake 3-0 in an impressive road win to open up conference play. The Ramblers will hit the field again on Saturday, October 5th, when they host Northern Iowa.
The Loyola men's soccer team hosted the Drake Bulldogs at Loyola Soccer Park on September 29th. Senior midfielder Aiden Magali put the Ramblers on the board early in the first half. Drake later responded with a goal of their own in the second half. The game went into double overtime. Aiden Magali scored in the 108th minute, giving the Ramblers the 2-1 victory. Senior midfielder Aiden Magali was named MVC Offensive Player of the Week for his 2-goal performance against Drake. Men's soccer will next play Big Ten foe Northwestern in Evanston on Wednesday, October 9th.
The Loyola cross-country team hosted the Loyola Lakefront Invitational last Saturday, September 28th. The women's team collectively earned 62 points, which put them at second place in the Invitational. The men's team earned 172 points, putting them in fifth place. Loyola has a 2-week break until they compete at the Bradley Pink Classic on Friday, October 18th.
As of last week, the Chicago Cubs have officially decided not to extend manager Joe Maddon's contract for next season.
Jalen Herrera and her Rambler analysts are in studio to discuss if the Cubs made the right move by letting Maddon walk.
Hello, I'm Jaylene Herrera, here with our Ramble analysts Pablo Rosero and Sanaya Henry. Today, we're discussing the end of Joe Maddon's career with the Cubs and if they'll regret letting him go. Sanaya, let's have you start.
Well, in my opinion, out of the major winning league baseball managers, Joe Maddon is only the 46th winning manager, so I think that it's time for him to go.
Pablo, what do you think?
Being 46 out of this game being played for over 100 years, that's pretty good numbers, mostly when he's led this team to an 100-win season with a World Series win, and then 3 90-plus win seasons and an 80-win season, which is 87 wins this year, which was his lowest total. So I think that he's their best option for this win-now team.
Well, if he was their best option, they wouldn't have let him go, now would they?
Injuries hit them, and they just played bad at the wrong time.
So reports say that President Theo Epstein claimed that this had already been in the works before this season, before they were out of the playoffs this season. So do you guys think that there could have been a better option for letting them go, or what do you guys think about that?
I think he did the right thing in letting him go. I mean, Epstein sees it any way that I do. Maddon was pulling him out of the drought. He was a hot commodity, and now it's time to go.
I disagree. I mean, this team is filled with talent. Like I said, they got injured. They got cold at the wrong time, losing 8 straight towards the end of the year. And it's not entirely on Maddon's fault. You put out the players that you think will do the best to win you games, and his players either couldn't stay healthy and they couldn't win him games. And it's not entirely his fault, but this team is definitely in a position where they can win now, and there's no other coach like Maddon out there who would be available to coach this team.
Well, there must be another coach out there, and they're going to find him, so that's why they got to let Maddon go.
But is that coach going to be better than Maddon?
We'll have to wait and see now, won't we?
Sanaya, do you think it's more about the manager than the players? Because it seems like Pablo thinks it's more about like the team as a whole.
I think it's both, but I also think if we had the right manager, then we wouldn't be letting Maddon go.
Well, I mean, Maddon clearly was the right manager because he won them their first World Series in 108 years.
But he didn't get them to the playoffs this year.
Finishing up, is there any last words that you guys want to say? Closing argument?
Go Cubs, go.
Joe Maddon should have stayed.
Okay, well, I think, Pablo, you had a pretty strong argument for why they should have stayed, that it's a team effort, not solely based on the players. So I think he's going to take this one. Well, that's it for this week's Ramble. I'm Jaylene Herrera. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jaylene. Honestly, I think Joe Maddon, he won them the World Series in 2016. I think he deserved to stay.
It's going to be bittersweet to see him go, but he'll always be a legend in Chicago. For our full episodes and a chance to get in on the conversation, follow and like our social media handles for an up-to-date look at all Rambler sports.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Eric Moran.
And I'm Matt Mason. Check back next week for another episode of the Rambler Sports Locker.
And as always, don't forget to turn out the lights.